With most things in life, the general population expects you to follow the similar process that everyone else is doing. But since this Walmart of a world is getting closer to being a Kmart of a world, it's time to go against the grain and show the world the real way to reload. Can you beat Fallout New Vegas with only New York reloads? The elephant in the room is most likely, hey Lars, what's a New York reload? The term refers to an old tactic used in the New York Police Department starting in the late 1890s, when most police officers either were issued or brought their own revolvers to work. And because of the pain reloading a revolver can obviously be, most would have a second one that was pulled out instead of reloading the first one. A comment idea given to me by a viewer. An interesting concept that I wanted to try, but it kinda gets a bit of an adjustment due to Fallout New Vegas being Fallout New Vegas. The comment wanted me to use revolvers only, and instead of reloading, switch to a new revolver in my hotbar. On paper, kinda silly and very fun. But due to how this idea works, if I fully dump a magazine, no matter how many buttons are pressed, the game will not let you do any action until the reload is fully over. And also, if you switch between two weapons with hotkeys, the weapon you switch to, no matter what, is always fully loaded, meaning this would just be revolvers of the playthrough. But this concept was still very funny to me, and I adjusted it, so instead it still had that idea, energy, and charm behind it, as well as very similar levels of funny yet challenging. The change is, instead of just revolvers, any weapon is going to be allowed, as long as it can be reloaded and has more than one shot. Once a gun is reduced to one bullet left in the chamber, or I just get sick of using it, I must drop it, never to be picked up or used again, and I must instead pull out a new weapon from the infinite pocket known as Courier 6's cape. Ooh, an anti-material rifle. Score! So with the rules in mind and this stalling can stop, we start with the bright light that fills my pants better than myself after Taco Bell, before the shiny light turns out to be from Doc Mitchell's head. Name myself incorrectly, so I'm now the outlaw and not the ranger with many weapons on his hip. Brain cell's running a little hot today it seems, but at least I can hit the random button until I see everyone who lives in the Midwest, and get to meet eyes with the doc who can rock his schmuck. Stats are going to be kind of a weird setup, endurance to get shot by many weapons, and intelligence and luck for many experience points, and of course, you guessed it, many crits. Perception and charisma are dump stats for obvious reasons, and agility not fully dumped but lowered, as while its main thing is reloading quickly, something I'll be doing none of, it also affects the speed in which you pull out a new weapon, which I will be doing a lot of. We tag barter gun and medicine, and for traits, built to destroy since guns decaying faster isn't going to be an issue, and skilled because I'm as interesting as an uncrunchy fall leaf. Doc tried to stop me from taking what doesn't belong to me, making my eyes proper, and getting back to showing Doc Mitchell what's his is mine. The DLC really be DLCing, get to Chet to sell some junk, and meet Sunny so she can bring my brain out of this gun funk. Get to relive memories of some earlier New Vegas runs. This reminds me of like the first ever New Vegas run I ever did, where I'm basically breaking muscle memory because I couldn't like pick up anything ever. So it's like the muscle memory, like, man, I gotta pick everything up. It's like, damn, I'm not allowed to. My gun has 2 bullets left. The absolute want, urge, and need to press R to reload, but I can't. It's not allowed. I want to reload it so badly. The first fight goes about as well as Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby, as I forgot instantly to leave a bullet in the magazine, and my only reward is a pit boy in my face. So it's back to reloading a save, punishing my gun for being a bad rifle, and get to play make-believe with Sunny Smiles, me as the Punisher, and the Bottles as the bad people who know who they are and know what they did.
Well, that's a start.
Find out that the vermin don't like the varmint rifle, so I instead pull out the 9, and save the day with said 9mm Peter. Already down to really only 2 weapons, the nice lady shows me her life is worth 3 bottles of water, and after buying and selling, find out the Good Springs population of like 10 is getting bullied by 5 mean people. We temporarily make it 6 as I need to steal a new weapon, which lets me find out that if I don't have the ammo for a gun, it won't start loaded, meaning if I'm going to try out a new weapon, I'm going to need some of its ammo on hand just to be able to use it. Get really sad as I find Ringo instead of Rango, but he cheers me up as he at least wants to tango with the mean powder people, and he'll let me steal all his snacks if I do. I tell Sunny I don't want her help, she hits me with a nuh-uh, temporarily leave Good Springs to be able to repick Skilled, to tell Trudy that if she hides, she can't be seen. Tell Chet if there is no people, he can't sell junk, and tell Jock that the... Jock? and tell Doc that the people with boom booms might use boom booms. Now that Ringo is happy with my bingo of getting help, I can blend in with my least favorite actor, and since his contract says he's not allowed to lose, he helps me start to melt the brains of the powder gangers, mostly needing to clean it up with my pistol, who's seen too much, even seeing you. And with the day saved, leave this weathered pistol to rest in peace, with the fallen prisoner people, earning me skill points in guns and barter, and swift learner to make skills debuff no longer a problem. And even after claiming the spoils of the world's most useless war, I still seem to be leaving town with fewer weapons than I would like. I go around and be the thief that this city doesn't want, this city doesn't deserve, but this city just kinda gets. Getting me a BB gun, a silenced pistol, and half a hot dog with only a quarter of the hot dog bun. But if I want the dinner in a show combo of JFK's favorite meal, oh, his head doing backflips in the sky! The best way to do so is take on fellow gun-wielding meanies. As even if they drop small and weak weapons, at least said small and weak weapon can be used on the next problem to cross my path. NCR, more like shut up, I need to go to Prim, even if I enter on the rim, to make sure that the damage I take is slim, like Jim. Thinking I'm taking out the locals before finding out I'm the one saving the day, so the convicts can escape life more than they're able to escape me. Dick Nash isn't where he normally is, so instead find Kotar face number 3, before Johnson Nash, who's looking very Five Nights at Freddy's in the eyes department, can tell me more weapons can be found inside the bison. What he didn't tell me was these weapons are in the fists of people that don't like me, but a doggy must work for its bone. The building is anything but a one-weapon wonder, and as someone who forgets to count his bullets, it's not a one-try wonder either.
No. Wait.
For punishment, I dropped the weapon that did this to me, since reloading a save reloaded the weapon. More mindful of exterminating the problem, I clear the convicts out of the bison, even if the last convict puts up more of a fight than that one friend whose entire time arguing about something that they don't like is, and I quote, "I don't like it," instead of actually articulating their point. But we can save Bagel, give him a job, and replace him with an AI model, Prim Slim Jim, and force him to tell me about a man named Benny who's now got a pistol that I want. My terrible business choices make big slop companies happy enough to invest in me another level. For more guns and barter. It's then on the road to Nipton. Find out my friend doesn't even know what I am.
Me and Lars just be recording. We just two little penguin Pokemons recording, slapping our
I'm a
belly.
penguin? When did I turn into a penguin?
But what else the fuck are you?
He's an otter.
Oh, no, you know, you might be onto something, really.
He's got the tail, he's got the little shell chop, which is like otters use like little tools like that to open shit to eat. It's also starting about now. To make this better to watch, I'm not going to be talking about every single little weapon I pick up. I have many 9 and 10mm pistols, but if an interesting weapon comes around, you will be the first to know. Like at the NCR trading post, I get Gunrunner Arsenal Grey laser and plasma pistol. Ask the ghost why she be looking like Casper, and to make sure she doesn't kill me, she wants me to go to Nipton and back, but a group of jackals jack my time, before accidentally becoming the best loot box a man could ask for, as when I turn them all limp, or their teammates do the job for me,
My ears burn!
or become the goo found in the pony jar, the amazing gift of not only a big smile can be taken. How'd that guy just stare at me? He just accepted his fate. He was getting ready to begin anew and shit, bro. What the fuck? He looked me dead in my peepers with those yellow and red gums. But I can also yoink 2 great cowboy repeaters. And while I don't want to be Pete and repeat, my funny game can still be funny. So guy? Oh yeah. He's running in a wall. Oh, it's a woman.
Did you know they're converting footsteps into electricity in Japan?
Japan?
Oh.
You're so Konnichiwa, man.
Oh, thank you, Baka.
Gross.
Thank you, Baba Baka.
Piece of bacon. I'm going to bed, bro.
No, Kairo-sama, you said you'd stay up, Baba Baka. Not that I care. Thomas can complain about his girlfriend, showing him that his terrible taste in Hello Kitty women is not my problem. Level up the same 2 stats, as well as getting the educated perk, because again, I'm as interesting as untoasted and unbuttered bread. Find out the man named Oliver won the lottery and is now an Oliver sandwich. No, my item condition, no. The man who's wearing a wolf head that's going, wants me to tell people that the Legion like to put people on big sticks. So I go back to the lady who seems to be wearing the same glasses as the wolf guy, who now isn't very happy. The Vipers get jealous that I already fought the Jackals and deal with them just as quickly. Get to see my favorite show, being Legion versus random group of merchants. The group that wins might surprise you. Gone wrong, gone sexual at 3 a.m. Find the weapon that spits in the face of this challenge.
Why are you the way that you are?
Viper Fight 1 was so good that they even made Viper Fight 2, and while Greg Heffley's brother isn't doing very good, if I'm going to help him and find out more about this Benny guy, I need to clear out a nearby science house, House of Science, as some $15 a bag people have taken it over, and Novak's economy is close to tanking because of it. On the outside, only burn-worthy jerky people gather, but inside has the sentient people that need my help, as well as the same mean ones. But one Jason, the one from Heavy Rain I think, I didn't read the book, needs help of me clearing out the basement. I normally kill the ghouls here, or better yet, ignore this mid-quest altogether, but since I can't remember a run where I actually help them, I take on the invisible gym bros. My varmint rifle is about as useful as ice cream in a frying pan, so I go full cowboy. Well, then I can hits that just kill me bro so I can reload a save. Pose. Before meeting the most relatable character in the game. He wants me to find a shipment of the stuff that makes him and his friend do the sneaky stuff, but to do that, I need to be able to walk into the back room. But Mr. Wrinklefoot won't just let that happen. If I want to gain access, I need to make sure his dead girlfriend is dead. I use one of the many go invisible boys I stole from Mark, but this doesn't mean I can have a steak, or that we can be bees. It means that I need sea salt. As I not only need to have the most one-sided match of burn us alive proportions, but when the dead girlfriend is dead, the Nightkin now hate my guts for stealing their invisible culture. So bye-bye gym guys, and the sad group can now go down sad. Fuck. And the rad group can now go downstairs. And it's true that nice guys finish last, and I must kill the coolest guy to ever live that's in this room. I get it, motherfuckers, when they don't get it.
Please, sir, me and my people just want to use the one thing that gives us our reason for being. I beg of thee, put down your arms and...
I am owning you, you fat, bald, fatty, fat.
Jason and the rad boys can now go in the basement, but the basement is still in the building. And to leave the building, I must buy the jet that one doesn't smoke. Bartering so well, I get a level up and decide that buying things is a poor man's game, and instead clear out the workshop. But I leave the good boy that must tell the world of my crimes. I also pick up some isotope something or other, save the people who are no longer rad, as they made Chris sad.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night.
I still let them go to the moon. I mean, Frank Sinatra would want it this way. Or maybe Jay Schlatt. And it gives me a level up, mostly for the perk toughness, because again, Walmart bagel levels of interesting over here. Chris puts the sad in Novak, and Manny can tell me that Benny is right down the road. So right down the road we go, more gunslingers who serve the purpose of giving me more guns to sling, like a 44 Magnum. I make my way to the right down the road city, but unfortunately my finger slipped. Hopefully this man isn't too upset about that.
What the fuck are you doing? My brother died at the Battle of Hoover.
Now that the sad man hits this pose from the end of Platoon, I can make sure he's actually dead, get informed Benny might be here, before finding out that Benny isn't here. But what is here is a Jess, one who can give me an up. A level up for barter and guns. And since I can't talk our way out of here either, I decided to show the NCR that I don't really care for the fact that they have a bad weapon called a service rifle, showing that headshots aren't real, also getting to show a normal SMG made of scrap that they are told not to worry about was a bad idea not to worry about. Find out I have a secret twin this entire time.
Jeez, this guy's doing the same challenge as I am, what the fuck?
But soon the NCR is down and hates me. Jess is up and likes me. They think I did this out of the kindness of my heart. Fools. I did this out of the kindness of two psycho.
Oh, he's stealing! He's stealing!
The big Horner family pays my debts, and NCR troopers looking through the looking glass before we are in Freeside. I put on my street corner clothes and take some breath mints, only to be unable to say no. Take my angers out on the locals even if the killing of the second one wants to zoom in on my crotch. I have the caps for the credit check, which is good for me, but not good for this guy trying to sneak in. Dude, easily could have if he just kind of went forward instead of letting me just take him out. A guy named Victor wants me to talk to a house he keeps calling a mister, but it is instead time to enter the tops. The man I have decided to make not alive is here, but for some reason, the rest of the staff went in on the not being alive special.
Buddy, you just made the biggest mistake.
The chairman thought looking cool was better than wearing a helmet. Find a really bad dinner plate 28, and see that Benny is just trying to pretend I don't see him. But it worked, as I overshoot. So I try again with the really bad I wish I was in the Italian mafia weapon. So the much superior 9mm submachine gun can clean up the problem known as the chairman bodyguard. This is how you know he's different and stronger. But I can get some more inventory space and find a robot man who only says yes. So he's forced to say yes to doing my laundry until the heat death of the universe. Or when I died, whichever happens first. Vulpus invites me to help the Legion, and despite not wanting it, the NCR says, hey, it's okay that you killed some of our people, just help us, please, please, But the only person that needs my house... What? But the only person who needs my help is a house. The Doctor House of Housing. And Misters. He's happy to see that I stole a chip from Benny, and it seems to belong to House Mister. Or something about a chunk of my brain getting stolen by the chip. I didn't really listen. But what I am sure of is that Windows keeps adding bloat and AI to each operating system, as if it works too well, your PC might start shooting out missiles. Drop a save and my weapon as it's sleepy time.
Time for me to sleep.
And once it's awakey time, I can travel to the Legion's camp, dealing with the geckos that remind me of that little Stitch guy. Except that makes them a little Stitch guy that I must kill. Now that I'm sad, run up in my best attire, impressing the Kaiser himself. The bald man's so happy, he lets me take back the chip, even giving me a motivational speech.
So go to the building and take this fucking goodbye.
That was a bad time to skip dialogue. I want you to go to that building and take this fucking goodbye.
Goodbye.
Look across the way to see that they missed the second tower. The house guy reminds me to not kill his stuff, outside of the stuff that he lets me kill. Pick up a rifle for later today, and once it's later today, we can spew that green splash on the robot style. And while the rest of the beep beeps and boop boops meet their end by laser, getting energy weapons up because 200 IQ. And once again, fiber bread levels of yawn as I pick the finesse perk. But the hair is now happy, the bald is now happy, and the only unhappy person here is me, as I now have more work to do for the almost smiling man, like helping some boomers. But I must first do a bit of skullduggery, as the evil people have stored weapons away, as I must take them all for use on bad people, I think. So much so that the Lady of Nice tells me to keep it up. So I do. We do some selling before going to the boomers, getting the cool BB gun for fun. Gamble money against a man who doesn't have space and time powers, and tell him that I'll be back, with or without my second arm. Catch Pearlia slippin'.
I just hope to savage. Outsider, sorry.
Get my money back with some interest. Before fine, I'll just do the boomer's quest. Since I didn't level up repair, my method of farming the joy of the people is to unsnap the legs of fallen boomers, let a child yap about some bombing the people,
Holy cannoli!
and act like the boomers are the best people to boom, before finally doing ants misbehaving, trying out my stealth weapon, at least for now, until the ants just keep spawning, and wasting my precious lead tossers, my arsenal dropping like my interest for a game when the main selling point is massive open world, but the power plant is gotten back, which lets the savage haters trust the barely not savage guy to get, and I quote, a lady out of the water. Almost make my way to September's biggest failure almost unharmed before I can swim down under, almost drowning on the return trip, so I can make sure to drink up to repair my health. I got 9/11 problems and this plane is one, and all the boomers can be happy. Even if Pearl might be Freddy Fazbear's problem now. Fallout New Vegas notices I'm having a little bit too much fun. Wouldn't be Fallout New Vegas if it didn't crash. I've been in love with the same woman for 17 years. If my wife found out, she'd kill me. Oh no!
Oh no!
For it's time to show respect to the NCR. Telling the NCR that the boomers like me, make the NCR like me. My house is happy that I'm working out as a coworker, but punishes me anyway, and makes me work with the worst faction, the Omertas. And with my brain being silly, I try and make Mr. House happy. I think doing the harder method of the mission would somehow be better, so I do all 9 yards of getting some money, telling the bosses and getting Kachino whacked. Saul from Impossible Jokers hires me, using the thump up I got from the boomers to steal back stolen gun supplies that got stolen. Repacking my armory, and getting the Here and Now perk. I don't know if anyone has told you, but I'm as interesting as an unseasoned and overcooked egg. Also, I can get energy weapons up, have an easy locked door stop me from being able to do my job. So a quick trip to the sugar bomber who gives me a lockpicking magazine can make it an easier one to crack. And I finish the quest, only to find out that I actually just doomed the strip, and my house is very not happy. And since I overwrote the save, oh no, I guess I need to kill the Omertas. Pity. But it turns into an actual pity, as I am unknowingly wearing broken armor that makes bullets work like bullets. So I instead go invisible and pull out the BB gun, where I kind of forget it's actually a good weapon, having it blow up any brain that I'm thinking of looking at, making most kills, as you could guess, rather easy, thanks as well to finding better armor. Find a single mom that doesn't know... Find a single mom that knows how to work a corner, and clear out the whole building of every enemy. And any bystander that looks at me funny. My house is a little less happy, but trust me man, this is better than the alternative. And now I'm punished with being the best looking man that needs to now take down the Brotherhood of Steel. Could I instead sneak in and do the sneaky inside things? Yes. Would it be harder to take as many drugs as possible and blow skulls off with the Omerta shotguns? Also yes, but would it be more fun to blast my way through the bunker? No, not at all. The only reason I wanted to was because I got high energy so I could use the Gauss rifle, and since the Brotherhood drops about 1 billion of them, and it's my favorite energy weapon, it was going to be a blast. But I kind of forgot that it's a one-shot wonder that auto-reloads, so the paint screamer isn't able to be used. So I get to use the less fun, less cool tri-beam rifle and melt my way through, becoming the Lord of Death, a title I make sure is known by every paladin or scrap I come across, at least the ones that don't take me on in a battle of wits.
You see, it seems we have reached an impasse.
I can finally be able to take down Texas Red.
I must be the ranger with a big iron on his hip, 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 on his hip.
Red Baron is the only frozen pizza I will eat. I don't like... all the other ones just taste like cardboard, really.
Have you ever had cardboard delights? My fault.
Have you ever had cardboard?
Shut the fuck up.
Flank him.
Don't flank him. You should have flanked me.
But little by little, mostly after a few saves needing a New York reload, I can take down the weak scribes, finishing off any of the actual paladins, and set the place to leave nothing behind mode. Does it suck that recon armor is now my best armor I can get in this run? Yes it is. But is my house very happy? Also yes. But now we move on before anybody realizes that armor take was rage bait, as I now need to make sure the president doesn't get shot. A topic that I really wish wasn't prevalent every single time I started playing Fallout New Vegas. But here we are. It's pretty simple. One guy is bad at Among Us, so I show him who the imposter is. And another guy had a bomb, so I just take it away from him. And the president can just fly away. And while my last task is now my third to last task, as I need to power the ship further, which is as simple as stopping another assassination attempt, but this one was on me. Run fast enough to get inside the substation, and power it on before they kick me out, so I can leave without any issue.
When I got this assignment, I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
Okay. I can finally use all the money for one Gun Runner's Arsenal grade anti-material rifle, because come on, I earned this. And it's time to make the Hoover Dam the last part of our full house. It starts like any Hoover Dam fight does, by being Luigi and doing nothing, before you need to kill about 3 Legion members in total, which gets you to the basement, where the NCR hates you for opening a door, even when invisible, as it's the NCR, and they metagame, and tax you, like losers. But my bombastic side-eye friend can print a contract for the NCR. I can leave easily and fling level up points around randomly, and make sure I can't break my ankles. make the damn Rs, and get a few more anti-materia rifles as a treat, which I start using to get into the Legates camp, using some spare tools to take on the Legion's spare tools, so I can grab my best weapon, and take every form of fun enhancement that I also have in my pocket, all so that I can miss an embarrassing amount of shots before landing the two that matter the least, as I now need to pull out a new weapon and defeat the man of the West. Any remaining Legion members might as well be dead, so I make sure to do said make them dead stuff, even getting the coolest shot to ever miss, before my arsenal is fully used and Oliver thinks we are on the same side. I show him how full my house is of surprises, and find out I'm 5 points short of a somewhat happy ending. So I show him I could kill him if I wanted, put on my I paused my game to be here shirt, and make him think not taxing Mr. House will be a worthy investment, which makes me the best courier to ever 6, while proving that whatever we just did here today is possible in Fallout New Vegas. Thank you so much for watching, and show your support however you see fit. And honestly, thank you for watching even to this point. I mean, I hate to say it like every YouTuber, if you made it to this point and you enjoyed, subscribe. We're trying to get more subscribers and better help. If it gets met by the end of the year, I'd do a silly little cosplay, so come on. And if you have any other run ideas, because like I said at the beginning, this was based off of a comment, let me know, and hey, it might even become a video. So thanks again for watching, and not as always, I don't have a bit here. This is just what I say at the end of every video. I've been running out for the past like 4